right, yogis. So if you're just joining, again, today's Vinyasa day. Our emphasis and intention is more of moving the body, and it is a challenge class where we look to build, uh, approach our uncomfort, and have some fun with it, right? So let's start standing. Let's come to the top of the mat. Okay. Just take a moment to set your intention. Maybe take a couple deep breaths in and out the nose. Set that foundation from which you practice, that enhanced self-awareness. Try to stand up a little bit taller than normal. Root the feet down. Feel all parts of the feet down. Start to feel your legs a little bit more active, but also balanced out with a little relaxation. The crown of my head lifts up. The abdomen pulls in. The bandhas turn on, the pelvic floor. And don't forget our tongue posture. So the tongue does come to the top of the mouth. We're slowly breathing in and out the nose, the Ujjayi breath, a slight restriction in the lower throat. So everything is becoming more intentional. The focus of the mind, how we breathe, and the form of the body. All right, yogis, a nice big inhale, a nice big exhale. Starting with something a little simple and symmetrical, sun salutations. If you have some music, maybe turn it up. If you're ready to flow on your own, please do, okay? On your next inhale, let's reach our arms up, look up, stretch up. Exhale, slowly forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Right back to plank today, lower and down. Top of the feet turn down, inhale. Down dog, exhale. First time, take a couple extra breaths. On a good day, I might be still right from the start here, yogis. The stillness within the movement. If I was feeling pretty tight, waking up, I might move extra here. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Hop or step your feet forward to the front of your mat. On your inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, nice and slow, rise up. Remember, you can articulate the spine up or keep the back nice and straight. Exhale, hands to heart. On your next inhale, reach up, maybe a tiny back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway between. Stop, step the opposite foot back, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Try to notice patterns of which foot you step back first or forward first. Try to notice if you turn the foot over first. Try to switch how you're doing it on that side-to-side approach. On your next inhale, bend knees, look forward. A moving meditation on your own if you can. 5 rounds in total. Forward bend is exhale. Inhale is standing up. Exhale is the first position. We call it Tadasana, mountain pose. Round 3, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. High plank to low plank or to the chest. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. A little bit more active in your down dog. Lifting the sit bones up and back, pressing the inner hand down. The upper tricep rolls under and in. That's a rotational activation. On your inhale, bend knees, look forward. Make your way back to the front. Inhale is half lift. Exhale is forward fold. Inhale, we rise. We stretch up. Exhale, stand, neutralize for a brief moment. 2 more rounds, please. Remember, it can be done fast or slow. It can be done fluid and smooth, or a little bit more kind of sturdy and stiff, depending on your intention and needs. Go ahead on your own. I don't really want to determine your pace, yogis. I want you to try to tune into the moment and just try to feel out how you need to move today. You can even add a little bit of kind of dancey style. If it's all too much, maybe skipping the vinyasa, just stepping back to dog and then stepping forward, or dropping the child pose instead of down dog. Last minute here, guys. It's about as classic as our Hatha yoga gets in the vinyasa form. All right, no rush, please. So our 5 rounds of our sun salutation night, meeting back in the standing Tadasana position. Now I'm going to start to kind of get into a little bit more of a complex style flow. Just like Sun A, we start a little bit slower, and then we will speed back up again. Meeting me back in your good posture here, yogis. Maybe taking a moment to kind of roll the shoulders, roll the wrists, the fingers, maybe lightly circle the neck. Just bringing some awareness into some subtle, smaller body parts. Preparing for the next tier of class. Feet are going to step together. Tadasana, big inhale. Big exhale. Good old chair pose, yogis. They call it fierce pose in some circles. A couple breaths here. Remember, many forms of chair. Arms can reach up or even be at heart if it's a little too much on the arms this morning. A little bit more intention in those legs. Pelvic floor up, belly in. Equal weight through the feet, about knees over toes. Okay, sit a little bit lower. Little different, yogis. Inhale, stand up. Reach your arms up. An active back bend. Pull the elbows down and back. It's almost like you're doing a pull-up. You pull the bar to the chest. Lift the chest up. Notice I don't want to arch my back, push the hips forward. Take the hands behind the back. Now intertwine the fingers, lift the chest, actively roll the shoulders back. Exhale, forward bend. Arms up and over. Okay, you can see we're getting a lot more complex. Take your time, maybe have your blocks handy. Nice and slow. Hands are going to reach to the floor of the blocks. You're going to inhale, half lift, right leg straight, right arm high. Left hand can be on the block. Exhale, right knee bends, right hand down. Notice my spine is still nice and long. Left leg straight, inhale, lift, left arm high. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, halfway lift. Extra emphasis on these half lifts. Optional vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Don't forget you can do your knees, chest, chin. Spinal rolling through your cobra. Let's continue. Down dog. Right to it. Inhale, right leg goes high. Take a moment. First time here. Maybe open the hips, circle the knee, ankle. Option to stay there or exhale, knee to forehead. Plank tiger pose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right arm. This is really good full body work here, yogis. Try to do it well. We're not doing a lot of them. Inhale, right leg high. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Let's step our right foot forward, back knee down. A movement, please. Inhale, chest is going to lift. We call this Anjaneyasana. You're more than welcome to lift the back knee. Exhale, either our half splits. Notice I'm keeping my hands off the floor. If you were in high lunge, you might do pyramid. Inhale, bend the front knee, sole the front foot down. Arms lift, hips descend forward and down. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Start to forward fold. Just 2 to 3 more. Maybe a little extra focus on the part of it that feels a little tighter to you. Let's continue, yogis. Next time you bend your front knee, tuck your back toes. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Classic yoga with our revolved side angle. Okay, last 2-3 breaths here. Maybe circling the wrist if you need. Maybe circling the arm. Little different here, yogis. All right, big inhale. I'm going to pivot to the left. Slowly parallel the feet. Right hand walks toward left foot. Prasarita, reaching your hands toward your left foot. So I'm going to turn around so you can see me well. I was here in the low lunge twist. I pivoted around, walked my hands. My feet are now parallel, legs are now straight. Right hand reaching toward left foot. Take a big inhale, lengthen through the core. Exhale, maybe forward fold. Big inhale, challenge, skandasana. Remember, vinyasa is a challenge style practice. My right knee is now bent. That's the leg at the front of my mat. I'm feeling this out here, yogis. Lifting the chest, squeezing the pelvic floor, maybe pushing the knee open. Continuing, pivot forward, walk your right foot back, side plank, right arm high. Remember, these are all considered basic poses in yoga. Not holding very long. Big inhale, high plank, side plank, second side. Remember, in the biomechanics that the side plank is on an EMG chart for shoulders. That means it's one of your top strengtheners in body weight. It's in the glute medius. It's in the oblique category. I mean, that's incredible, right? It strengthens your glutes, your core, and your arms in an excellent way. High plank, optional vinyasa. Optional rest and child pose. Optional inversion. Knee back and down dog, please. Let's keep it going. Take a good 10, 20 seconds here if you need to kind of reset. Okay, we're in down dog. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Second side starting. Inhale, left leg high. Now you take a moment here to kind of open the hip. Some days you need to stretch, or if you're ready, left leg high, just one time to each spot. Left knee to forehead. Round and squeeze, do it well. Okay, inhale, left leg high, left knee to left arm. And you can go a lot faster if you want, right? Some days the fast feels good, right? Left knee across under is the third part. So it's left knee to right arm, but try to bring the sole of your left foot actively to the front of your right thigh. That's really important there, yogis, that kind of subtle refinement where the foot is. Inhale, left leg high. Okay, you get a little bit more stretchy. Exhale, step your left foot inside your left thumb. Drop your back knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arms up. Hips forward and down, front knee bent. Exhale, half splits. So I shift my hips back over my back knee, front leg straightens, chest comes kind of forward and down, but stays long, okay? Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Feel it out if you can, close your eyes. Connect the movement with the strong stabilization in the stretch and the breath. Last 2 or 3 on your own. I'm trying to continue moving. So each pose kind of has movement at this point, and then you slow down in the next 2. The twist is a little more of a hold with the arm, but the skandasana and the twisting straddle are the 2 true holds of the sequence. Okay, go slow, please. Next time you're in lunge, twist, left arm high, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, pause. So the movement here, yogis, it really came from a lot of hips. Maybe a moment to roll your wrist, fingers, maybe a moment to circle the shoulder. Continuing, inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, straddle. Walk your hands to the back leg so my feet parallel and straighten out. I walk my hands toward the back leg, the right foot. I didn't say it earlier, but more is right arm kind of up or around the back. 2, 3 more breaths here. No rush. Skandasana on the front leg. Left knee bends. Right leg could flex toward the sky. You could sit on a block. Skandasana is a big pose, yogis. All right? Hands can be on the floor, supporting you. Your front heel can be lifted. But just notice you are eventually maybe working the heel more toward the earth, even if you have to put your hands behind you or sit on the block. Okay, let's continue. Side plank, pivot forward. Low lunge, walk your left foot slowly back, left arm to the sky. Top arm can reach higher forward. If you're feeling good, lift the top leg. If you need a little easier, drop the bottom knee. Okay, an intense few moments, and then high plank skillfully, side plank, second side. Optional vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Remember, a challenge style class. Challenge movement into challenge range and stretches into challenge strength. All right, so if you need to rest and take breaks, that's the point. I'm trying to emotionally challenge you as well. How are we learning to face challenges in the mind? It's not just about certain body parts being good for my physical or not, okay? Down dog, let's keep it going. Big inhale, big exhale. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop or step your feet forward. Okay, right in the chair pose, no half lift at this point. We'll do them in a moment. Chair pose, find a nice deep chair, just pause for an intense quality moment. Okay, stand up nice and tall, reach up on the inhale. And then with that height, an active style of back bend. Pull the elbows down or back. Remember, this is what we're working on doing in Cobra. The elbows are actually squeezing back together, pulling back and down, right? That's Cobra, yogis. Hands reach, bind opposite pinky in the back, lift the heart. Exhale, forward bend, big forward bend. Okay, right leg straight, inhale, half lift, right arm to the sky, left hand under left shoulder. It's half lift with the twist. Exhale, right knee bend, right hand down, left leg straight, left arm high. Exhale, if you want a little extra, right? Inhale now, half lift, arms can attempt to reach forward, extended Ardha Uttanasana. That's the down dog type position. Optional vinyasa, high plank to low plank, maybe some push-ups for more power, or a jump back for more challenge. Continuing, yogis. Down dog, inhale, right leg high, one more time through. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Back knee down, inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, pivot to the left. Parallel your feet, reach your hands toward your left foot. You can even go left arm to the sky. Skandasana at the front of your mat, right knee bends. Pivot forward, side plank. Or if you're ready, flip your plank, right foot off your mat behind you. Side plank to high plank. Same thing, second side, side plank or flip plank. Vinyasa Chaturanga, high plank, low plank. These are all yoga basics. All within your comfort zone, but kind of done difficult way, right? Down dog, last side in the second flow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left foot forward, back knee down. Inhale, lift your chest. Anjana. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, revolve Prasarita. Pivot, parallel your feet. Hands toward your right foot at the back of your mat. Skanda at the front of your mat. Side plank, pivot forward or flip the plank. You can also stay in like a fallen warrior. You know, just as a reminder, yogis, be creative in vinyasa. Side plank, second side, or flip the plank. Last round. Optional vinyasa, meet back and down dog. So that's the first 20 minutes, the kind of first tier of class. Now the standing positions become more challenging. The complexities up a little bit too, yogis. All right, remember, Vinyasa's peak day of the week. All right, down dog, please. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Let's continue. Hop or step your feet forward. Right in the chair pose like earlier, but now adding on. So watch for the changes. You're in the chair pose. Hands can come to heart. Left foot is going to start to lift and hover. A one-legged chair. Take a moment here. So first, probably big one-legged pose here. I mean, side plank was balanced, but this is that next tier upright. So your left foot is hovering. Try to bend the right knee, sit lower, but pull the left knee toward the chest higher. One-legged chair. Okay, put that foot down, sit a little bit lower. Start to hover the second foot. So you're trying to bend both knees more, which would sit you lower in the left leg, and then lift the right knee higher. One-legged chair. Remember on Thursday, I actually had you do this, but dynamic. You were kind of foot up, foot down, foot up, foot down. Now you're holding. Same stuff, all right? Let's keep going. Stand up, progressive flow. Inhale, arms go high. Let's get into our side body more. Bind the hands. This is the Kali Mudra. I engage my palms together, release the index fingers. Good old side bend, yogis. Up and over. Okay, this is the active side bend. Think reverse warrior 2 almost, right? Tuck the tailbone, engage the legs. Stretch up, yogis. Okay. Inhale, center. If you want to switch the grip, opposite pinky in front. Reach up, over to the side. Continuing, inhale back to center. Exhale, arms reach forward, knees bend. Think about your crow being your half lift. Hands reach on the floor. It's almost like your half lift. You're in forward fold, hands on the floor. Inhale, I lift the chest, shift forward, crow. That's big toes touch, heels pull up, fingers grip. Low plank. Notice if I jump back, my elbows do bend. I catch myself in low plank, not high plank, yogis. If you want to hurt your back, hop back with straight arms, okay? Down dog. Take a moment if you're still having some fun. Down dog. All right, here's where it kind of gets a little bit different. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg high. Listen, walk your hands halfway back to your left foot. So I'm in a three-legged dog. I shorten my stance by walking my hand toward the back of my mat. Let's continue. Walk the hands further back. Standing splits at the back of your mat. Yogis, we did a lot of hinges. We did half splits, which is pretty much the preps for standing splits. We did a lot of Uttanasana, a lot of Ardha. You're ready. Don't be shy to handstand hop. Okay, please take your time. At the back of your mat, bend your left knee, pull your right knee into your chest, strong left leg, like your one-legged chair, stand up at the back of your mat, right knee loose. Big inhale here, lift the knee higher, straighten the right leg. Now skillfully, please, step your right foot to the front of your mat, arms reach back, down, back, up, warrior three, in the middle of your mat. So it's a little bit different than that kind of traditional vinyasa, high lunge, warrior two, warrior three. One-legged mountain in the middle of your mat. Left knee lifts up into the chest, arms reach up. Figure four chair. Right knee bends, left ankle, right knee sit low. Option to stay here or a challenge pose today. A twist. My left heel on the right knee, my hands in prayer. I start to twist left elbow toward the outer right thigh or even to the sole of the left foot. That's getting a little crazy now. Grasshopper prep. You're used to the twisting chair. But if I add the angled hip, it becomes definitely a lot more. Let's continue. Inhale, one-legged mountain posture. Left knee up, arms up. A little different, yogis. Left foot reaches to the front of your mat. Half moon. I turn open, left hand down, right arm up, right leg lifts. That's that walking vinyasa. The yogis walk around the room with each step taking a different pose. Left hand can be on earth, left knee can be bent, right leg more straight and lifted. These are all postures you know, just done in a little different way. Listen, land your right foot at the back of your mat. Open up to the side, open up the feet, goddess position. Horse stance, sit low. Take a moment to inhale, reach the arms up. A little bit more of a movement now, yogis. Hands on the hips. Take a big inhale, exhale. I bow the chest. I turn a little to the left. My right hand turns in. My right elbow goes down, shoulder goes down. I turn up to the left. Yogis, pelvic floor, please. Okay. Inhale, lift the chest, neutralize. Exhale, look to the right. Turn up to the right. Left shoulder kind of dips down a little bit. Inhale, center. Exhale, one more. Right shoulder down, turn left. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn right. Left shoulder kind of dips. Try to feel in, find it. Inhale, center. Parallel the feet. Lift the chest. A little back bend. Yogis, if you'd like to do a headstand, this would be your opportunity. Or I'll give you a big stretch today. The straddle splits. This is like frog pose, but with straight legs. Inhale, half lift. Weight in your hands like a plank. Start to widen your feet. So I'm actually widening my feet maximum. Weight in my hands, yogis. A challenge transition. We are in straddle. I'm going to walk my hands back, keeping weight in my hands. Drop into the butt, seated straddle. Remember we did prasarita in the first flow, and then the horizontal straddle. These two go together. A little dance now. I might want to walk, if I'm new to this, your legs don't want to be too wide. Watch the movement, yogis. This is stuff we do, done in a little different way. Left hand behind. Look at the feet. My left hand goes over here. My right toes turn in. My left toes turn out. Fall in triangle. You did a lot of side plank to prep, yogis. Straddle seated. Right hand behind. Toes right. Fall in triangle. You know how we do our camel dance where you swoop across, fallen triangle, straddle, posterior. This is reverse plank. Remember we did this the other day. Sometimes you notice our Thursday, is correlated to the Saturday. Fallen triangle dance. Last try or two. It's a fun move. It's tricky at first, but doable. Let's continue, yogis. No rush. Swing the back leg around to the front of the mat. Find your boat pose. Now I'm going to challenge you, yogis. A dynamic movement. This is 2 forward bends. Be easy. Plow pose. Lay on the back, swing the legs up and over. Support with your arms on the floor. Slowly rising up. Forward bend seated. Kind of the 2 same postures. If you want to see it, watch me quickly. Slowly lower down for core work. Plow. Forward bend. Remember, the dancing fallen triangle was back body activation. This is symmetrical forward bending, okay? So I'm swinging the legs up over the body, using control to forward bend. Sitting up, slowly lowering boat to low boat, swinging the legs up and over, controlling my movements. Last try or two. It's plow, halasana to paschimottanasana. This is big, yogis. We're getting a little crazy, right? Now you remember how the whole thing started. Standing with the one-legged chair. A challenge movement. See if you can right up to chair. Now it's a lot of forward bending and you might feel that. So if you need to shake it out, that's fine. Let's get our second side going. Chair pose. Hover the right foot. Chair with one leg. Hands can be at prayer. Just feel the core and the leg. And if you want to try something challenging this time, a dynamic approach or ballistic, really, where you drop the hips a couple inches, you lift the hips up a couple inches. Drop the hips a few more inches lower, lift up a couple inches, and you're kind of pulsing, pumping on that one-legged bent knee. You have to challenge your legs, yogis, right? So that glute maximus tension on the ilium and the femur and the sacrum, this is key. Okay, chair pose. Some of you already switched sides, second side, one-legged chair. Should be a tough moment. We're going to do standing side bend next, right? So you kind of get a stretch and a break. Your legs will straighten. Okay, one-legged chair. Got to do the work here, yogis. Take your time. If you need a little break, that's totally fine, right? So just do it well. Who cares if you fall behind and miss something? Because we're going through again anyway, right? So it doesn't matter if you do it a little different side to side. All right, stand up if you need. Give it one of these. Arms are going to reach up, okay? You get one more round here. No reverse warrior 2, yogis, right? So this is kind of taking the place of that upper body side bend. Hold, be a little stronger, a little bit better than the first round, a little bit, I don't want to say further in range, but a little bit more kind of tension risky. A little bit more demanding second round. It's just like lifting weights, yogis. You start lighter, less demand, and then second round is more demand. It's called progressive load, progressive vinyasa. Inhale, arms high, switch the grip, second side. One way we can add tension and demand is holding longer. So a tiny bit longer here. Again, not necessarily deeper, but more muscle activation. The second round is more intense, yogis. Ideally, first when you're kind of feeling it out, okay? Get slow here. Inhale, arms up. Maybe separate your feet. So a little different. Sit through the chair, arms forward, get low, plant the hands, crow, boom. Right? It was like legs, the one-legged chair pumping, core, the side tension, and then it's arms or full body, but arms for the crow, right? Where you see we legs, core, arms. Optional vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Meet back in down dog, please. Stay focused, yogis. Still got 20 minutes left in class. Stay focused. Okay, down dog. Left leg rises. I'm going to keep you going here. Big class today. Walk your hands halfway to the back of your mat. So you shorten this dog. You do like a half dog. You feel that? That in-between space you're not as accustomed to. Okay, then you go further. You walk the hands all the way to the back. An opportunity for handstand hops, binding and standing splits, or anything that's kind of creatively calling to you today. So it's standing splits at the back of your mat, right? Instead of coming through like a warrior three or lunge upright, you're from down dog. Okay, now I want you to take your time. You're moving at your pace. Everyone kind of entering at a different time. At the back of your mat, now bend the standing knee, pull the top knee into your chest, stand up at the back of your mat. Most of us should have the right foot down, left knee up into the chest, stand up, arms up. That's the one-legged mountain. This is kind of like a rest, yogis. It's a basic moment. Now take a moment there, arms up, belly in, knee up, and then challenge. Straighten your left leg. Or excuse me, straighten your left leg. That's the extended tree. Okay, listen, now just step the left foot kind of to the middle of your mat. These two always go together, right? Like warrior three. Right leg up, chest down. Okay, so getting our standing balance done here, yogis. Your best warrior three for a moment, not holding long. Stand up. Now you bend both knees again, right? You were bent over, up, and then halfway between. Figure four chair. Both knees bent. Option to add some complexity, the twist. This is a big one, guys. The grasshopper prep. Twisting in our figure four chair. Right? You just had your spine very neutral. Crow, standing splits, one-legged mountain, warrior three. Now we bend both, we rotate hip and spine. So you come from these kind of symmetrical one-legged forward bends, and then boom, we add the complexity, right? From the twist and the rotational hips, let's continue. Slowly rise up, right foot to the front of your mat, a little bit different of a transition, half moon. Look at me take that step, right hand toward earth. Really kind of more like a lateral pose, yogis. Okay? So half moon from an upright step forward position. You know what to do. You can bend that standing knee. Length through the side body. Watch those traps tensing or the back arching. Neck long. Take your time. You're doing your practice. Okay? So you're at the front of your mat, your half moon. Land your left foot skillfully at the back of your mat. Find your goddess tight position. All right, so I did the easy twist. Let's try one more challenging thing. Arms reach up, inhale. Get your goddess squat. Hands behind the head. You know, it's kind of like a similar arms. You could also do this. But hands behind the head, elbows up higher if you got it. Sit low. Now challenge. Bow the chest halfway. That's Ardha Uttanasana in goddess. Turn your chest to the right. Right elbow to the sky. Very intense moment. Relax the traps. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Chest toward the earth. Last part. Turn to the left. Left elbow high. Lengthen your chest more. Open your knees more. Very kind of weird position. Continuing, chest toward the floor. Inhale, reach up, arms up, parallel your feet. Maybe a little back bend if you need, yogis. Exhale, forward bend. A quick headstand, or if you want the straddle again, yogis, this is one of the biggest stretches. You know, if your hips always feel tight, the horizontal straddle is very different than the seated or the standing forward bend straddle. The bilateral adductor magnus traction. You can always drop to your knees and do frog. It's the same, just a shorter line. Now we're going to try that challenge transition. So we're going to widen the feet, walk our hands back, flex the feet, try to sit on the butt skillfully. All right, we're going to try some stuff down here since it's fun, creative vinyasa day. I have blocks. What we're about to do is not easy, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't learn it and try it. Okay? Maybe feet not as wide. I got my blocks. One block outside the right thigh, one inside the thighs. Remember our lolasana we do? This is a little bit more of a twisted one. Now, more basics is just to lift the heel. That's more basic. We've done that, it's been a while. More challenge is to press down through your blocks. I'm facing my right leg and to lift. This is part of our core work, yogis. If I feel good, I lift the right leg here. My butt is hovering. If I feel great, both feet hover. That is straddle-lolasana. If it's extremely difficult, you are doing it correct. Anyone trying? No worries if not. I totally get it. Okay? Maybe the second side. If this stings the hip flexor, that's normal. Okay? Hands framing the left thigh. Chest turns toward the left thigh a little. Press down, lift the butt. That's the first kind of real effort there, guys. Left foot hovers a second. Right foot hovers is the last part there. Woo! We've done that before. I mean, not too often do we try straddle lolasana. All right, let's try something, yogis. Blocks can be handy. Remember, you can always kind of keep your blocks in your hands as we try what we're about to do. A dynamic mobility drill. So this is stretching, yogis, but still try to be strong. Watch me. My hands go behind the hips. My right foot actively turns in. Think like your foot putting your right foot in a tree on the inner right thigh. So I'm challenging you to move. Just be slow and feel the knees in the back. Watch me here. Left foot goes across in front. Left foot slides back, pigeon. I went from straddle to bringing my right foot in the konasana. I turn to the right. My right knee needed to pull back to the right. My left foot swung around behind me for pigeon. Now watch the transition. I'm doing it without my hands on the floor. More challenging. Konasana. Feet switch like boat. Right foot out. Left foot on the inner right thigh. A pause. A turning to the left leg. Hands can go down. Left shin pivots. Right toe. I pivot on the ball of the right foot, tuck the right toe, pigeon. So this is kind of like that, it's the rotation of the hips like we did in the dancing fallen triangle. So let's try it again. Straddle. You can have your knees bent, yogis. Okay? Right foot comes in. I turn to the right shin. I'm showing you without the hands down now, right? So, but just be easy, guys. I'm pigeon now, and I never put the hands down, right? I go back to straddle. I bring the left shin in, pigeon. Last try. Yeah, it's straddle to pigeon, and you do it with your hands down, a little more supported and assisted, and then you try to do it eventually with no hands.
Don't feel pressured, yogis. I just have to keep the bar high. Remember that idea. Pigeon, straddle, but you're not familiar with putting them together, particularly in an active form. We've done dynamic active straddles. We've done active pigeons. So it's stuff just a little spin on it. Get you back outside your comfort zone. Feel something new in the mind states and the body states. Okay, now I'm going to keep you going here, guys. Listen, swing your legs forward, face the front of your mat. Take a moment. Now, we are getting low on time, yogis, so I kind of have to keep you going. Not too much twisting. Let's do a little core work here. Now, if you wanted to get fancy for core, let's lay on the back here. I think we've done enough fancy. We did some nice side planks, sit-ups. If you want to go, anything here in the end, if you need a twist, might be a good day for a little bit of light bicycling. Where I'm just gently twisting. I don't teach bicycling enough, yogis. It's a pretty good exercise when done well. It's just done pretty poorly when you see people doing it, trying to get through the reps. One quick round of, let's call it, abdominal burning. Yogis, we only got about 10 minutes or so left. So if there's anything you wish we didn't do, that's okay. I don't mind if you change it up, okay? Now, please take your time. When you're done with your abs, meet me on the back, give it a little release, and I'm going to challenge you. If you want to do wheel or something, go big, go ahead. I'm going to do the walking bridge today as our closing back bend here, yogis. And I want you to try to think of this as endurance, like you're trying to stay with it for longer. But try to move slow and get quality body awareness. I'm going to meet you in bridge position, lifting the hips nice and slowly, bracing myself with my arms. You can always bind the outer edges of your mat. And what I'm going to slowly do, yogis, right foot walks forward, right foot flex, left foot walks forward. Remember, I started with the right leg first round. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Slowly shift weight to right, pick up left, put it forward, slowly shift weight to left. Eventually, I'm all the way straight. Try to control it back, please. Okay? And then as I get back up to neutral, left foot leads forward. Remember, it's a little bit more of like an endurance exercise, yogis, because it's bridge. It's not like a super power thing. We've done a lot of this. When the legs get straight, that's the main tension, right? When I'm in the extended bridge, that's when I have to be my most careful and mindful. The walking bridge. You can also do sliding bridge, yogis, if you prefer. This is a little bit more the way we do it in classic yoga. So the walking bridge is going to hit a longer tension line, whereas bridge is more like glute isolated. People won't activate their hamstrings or their back muscles very well. But if you get them in the walking bridge, it's that kind of unstable shift to one side, shift to the other. Really good to do if you're not doing it ever, right? So this is closing back bends. This is last active exercise. So you can kind of go strong knowing that more restful style of practice is next. Last big efforts, yogis. I'd like to see like 2 rounds minimum. Resting in between and then trying hard again. Remember, if it's outside your comfort zone, that's what today is about more. The first 20 minutes was more comfort zone style, kind of. And then these last 20, 30 minutes have been really kind of a lot, all right? Give you 1 more minute. Walking bridge. Nice. Got some one-legged bridge pulse, got some wheels. All right. So we went a little crazy today. So we should probably get a little release. Now, just as a reminder, like how would we pick our stretches, yogis? We did straddle, we did pyramid, half splits, we did figure four. So again, that's kind of how I'm picking stretches. You already did pigeon, you already twice, different ways. You already did straddle in multiple different ways, seated and prasarita and horizontal. So we don't really need to go there, right? We want to repeat what we overdo. So let's try something here, yogis. It's the Virasana. It's something you're relatively comfortable with. I will meet you up in seated position. If you want to try the double today, we will swing our legs around and go for the big stretchy back bend. Knees together, feet wide. Sit between the heels, so deepest knee bend of class. Yogis, I'm on the top of my feet. I'm not rolling to the inner edge of my foot here to try to go back further, okay? My hands go back to support me. I could lay on blocks. This is a very big stretch, but we did a lot of prep in back bending world. Head can drop back, and now with practice, upper body lays on the floor, forearms cross above the head. Your back will arch here. You're not trying to necessarily take the back arch out. You're working on maybe lengthening the core a little bit more. All right, so really peak frontal line stretch. Got to remind you, yogis, you need the stretches that you're not doing and that are a little bit tough for you. You really don't need what you do a lot of. I mix the things we do a lot of, hamstrings and outer hips, in class. And then I let you hold this one longer that you're less comfortable with, kind of alone in the end. Remember, Virasana does go into flow, and it gets crazy what we do from this space, but it's got to be really open before we add any of that. Now, please take your time. Meet me upright, and I'm going to bring you down to the chest today. Some of you don't get to make the Sundays. I tend to throw this stretch into Sunday. This is continuing front line, right? You were just like here, basically. And now we lay down on the chest. I'll do left arm first today. I reach the left arm out, and I push through the left hand. Even though it was Vinyasa today, we didn't do too much leg lifting. This is kind of like your three-legged dog, yogis. You can bring your left knee in front of you, reach the right leg back more. You can reach the right arm kind of up across, spread out the legs more. So a little bit more active. What we do, yogis, is I reach my bottom left leg in front. I reach my top right leg behind. I'm reaching my right arm kind of up and away to the right. My left arm is reaching back behind me across. So I'm actually active in all angles, spreading out. Okay. I'll continue back to center slowly, right arm out. So instead of doing like our passive style like this, just a suggestion, not necessarily, the best for everyone. It turns into a little bit more something like this, spreading out more, actively decompressing, full body expansion. Remember, yogis, technically, when I was learning myology, we use the word lengthening for muscles lengthening. Some people call it stretching. The technical term really for a muscle lengthen is lengthening. So think that, yogis, right? As we touch our toes, we lengthen our back line. As we do Virasana, we lengthen the front line, okay? So that is actually your closing twist there. Please take your time. Meet me back in center. An easy pose, a release for the neck. Arms down by side, big toes touch. Left ear on the mat. Relax completely. Slowly switching sides, right ear on the mat, letting the floor push your head back and into a rotational quality. Try to reach your hands further toward your feet and then relax the arms. Don't let the chin tuck to the shoulder. A nice long neutral neck. Take Tadasana just down on the chest. One more time. Left ear on the mat. Let the neck twist. Second side, second round, right ear on the mat.
So I will challenge you, remember, as we get better at Shavasana, so relaxing the mind and body and being still, we actually change the position of Shavasana. Usually the second Shavasana is called downward facing, which is your position right now. If you'd like to take a different one, a seated meditation, I don't mind, it doesn't serve everyone every day. But if you're up for it, trying to relax now in another position, where you might even stack your hands, you might turn one cheek down lightly. We are attempting a comfortable position where you can relax for a few minutes. So we call this Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing Shavasana. Maybe a deep breath or two, maybe you shake it out if you need, but then you're just drifting off into a state of trance, relaxed comfort, relaxing the body, relaxing the breath, and attempting to relax the mind. Closing meditation.